This is Math 6100, 23rd trimestral, and our lessons for today is all about the derivatives one. So we have now the objectives of the derivatives one. At the end of the session, student will be able to, one, understand the definitions of derivatives, and number two, use the rules for differentiation in computing for derivatives. Okay, so derivatives is very much important in differential calculus or any calculus topics, no? Okay, so we have now the definitions of the derivatives. In the first section, the last chapter, we saw the computation of the slope of a tangent line, the instantaneous rate of change of a function, and the instantaneous velocity of an object at x is equal to a. All required us to compute the following limit. So for the instantaneous velocity of an object at x is equal to a, so the limit of the function of x minus f of a all over x minus a as x approaches to a. And with a small change of notation, this limit could be also written as f quantity a plus h minus f of a all over h as h approaches to 0. So we call this one as your derivative. Okay? So here's now the definitions of the derivative. The derivative of f of x with respect to x is the function f prime of x and is defined as f prime of x is equal to the limit of f x plus h minus f x all over h as h approaches to 0. So what we're going to do from our original function, we're going to replace your x by x plus delta h, and then we're going to subtract by your original function. Okay? So the limit of f plus h minus f of a all over h is called the derivative of f at a. Okay? So following are the ways to call the derivative. F prime x is the derivative of f with respect to x. At the same time, we call this one as your, if our variable is y, we call that as your y prime. Or y prime is the same as another formula for the first derivative. We have dy all over dx based on the derivative of y with respect to x. Okay? df all over dx, that is now your equivalency of f prime, the derivative of f with respect to x. Then df of x or ddx of f of x with respect to dx is now the derivative of f of x. Okay? So these are the example of the first derivative. If our function, we have f prime. Pag y naman siya, we have y prime. Or in terms of dy dx, ito na po siya. dy dx, pareho lang siya sa y prime. df all over dx, pareho lang siya sa f prime. So that is your first derivative. So pag meron kayong nakita, okay, f double prime, ibig sabihin nun, that is your second derivative. Okay? Y double prime, that's your second derivative. Okay? And we call this one as your higher derivative. Y triple prime, if triple prime, that is a higher derivatives already. Okay? But for this time, we're going to discuss only the first derivative. So example here, find the derivative of f of x is equal to 2x squared minus 16x plus 35. So from our formula, you're going to replace your x by x plus delta x. So therefore, if we're going to simplify that one, f prime x equal to the limit of f, okay? Replace this one by x plus delta x. Ito na siya, no? Okay, ito yung formula natin. So we have 2 and then x plus h and then squared minus 16. Ito yung 16. Then x plus h plus 35. Ito na po yan. Minus your original f of x, yung value nito is 2x squared minus 16x plus 35 all over your h. Next, we're going to expand this one using the square root of e binomial formula. So if we're going to expand that one, we have x squared plus 2xz plus s squared. Multiply by 2, so we have 2x squared plus 4xz plus 2x squared. Okay? So ito i-distribute natin, 16x, ito, minus 16x minus 16x. Ito na siya. Then, uh, plus 35. Ito naman, i-distribute natin, minus 2x squared plus 16x plus 35. Ito na siya, all over x. Next, we're going to collect the like terms. So 2x squared will be cancelled. We have yung 16x, cancel siya, plus 35 minus 35, cancel din po siya. So what's left will be 4xz plus 2x squared minus 16x all over x. Next, we're going to factor your x. So we have 4x plus 2x minus 16. Okay? Then, all over x po siya. Okay? So 4x plus 2x minus 16 as x approaches to 0. So with this, we are going to use the algebra method. We're going to substitute it here. 2 times 0 is 0. So therefore, the first derivative, f prime is equal to 4x minus 16. Okay? So next, you'll know the rules for the differentiation. What you have before is the long method in finding the derivative. So by this time, we have now the formula for derivative, okay? Shortcut po siya, no? So in the first section of our topic, we understand the definition of the derivative and computed a couple of derivatives using the definition. In our example, there were a fair amount of work involved in computing the limits, and the functions that we worked with were not complicated. For more complex functions, using the definitions of the derivative would be not enough. Fortunately, there's a collection of formulas and properties that we can use to simplify our task in dealing with complex functions. In this section, the basic properties of formulas will be introduced. If the derivative of function is its slope, then for a constant function, the derivative must be 0. So this is now your formula. The derivative of constant with respect to dx is equal to 16. Okay? So pag titingnan po natin kanina, yung 35 dito kanina, wala na siya dun sa sagot. Because yung 35 na-cancel po siya, no? Pero sabi naman dito, the derivative of constant with respect to dx, our answer is 0. Okay? Let's say, for example, if y is equal to 3, if we're going to look for the first derivative, y prime is equal to 0. Since 3 is a constant. Okay? So next we have your D power rule. So this is now the general formula for differential calculus. We call this one as the power rule. Okay? So bring the original exponent down in front and multiplying and then subtracting 1 from the original exponent. So the derivative of x raised to n with respect to dx equal to n x n minus 1. So ang gagawin mo dito, yung exponent niya, ibababa mo siya, pagkatapos i-multiply mo siya sa base, tapos i-raise mo siya minus 1 from the original exponent. Okay? So this formula is sometimes called the power rule. All we are doing here is bringing the original exponent down in front and multiplying and then subtracting 1 from the original exponent. Note, as well as that in order to use this formula, n must be a number. It can't be a variable. Also, note that the base, the x, must be a variable. It can't be a number. It will be tempting in some later sections to use the power rule when we run in some functions where the exponent is not a number or the base is not a variable. So these are few examples. So the function of x is equal to x to the fourth. So what we're going to do, we're going to look for the first derivative. Our exponent is 4, so we're going to bring it down, multiply by your base, raised to 4 minus 1. So we have 4x raised to 3. Also, we have your y is equal to x raised to 8. So our exponent is 8 multiplied by your x raised to 8 minus 1. So the answer is 8x raised to 7. So we have now the constant multiple rule, no? Okay? The derivative of constant multiplied by u with respect to dx equal to c du all over dx. In constant multiple rule, c is any number. We can factor a multiplicative constant out of the derivative if we need to. Example, the derivative of constant multiplied by x raised to n is equal to constant n x n minus 1. So let's say, for example, the derivative of 7x to the 5, we're going to get the first derivative, so our exponent is 5. So 7, this is your constant, multiplied by your n, x, this is your base, raised to n minus 1. So simplifying it further, our answer is 35x to the 4th. Okay? So next, you have your D, addition and subtraction of derivatives. Okay? So, sabi dito, the derivative of u, okay, ito to, u plus b is equal to du all over dx plus dv all over dx. So we have now the sum and difference. U minus b is equal to du all over dx minus dv all over dx. Okay? So to differentiate a sum or difference, differentiate the individual terms and then put them back together with the appropriate signs. Note as well that this property is not limited to two functions. So kahit ilan, pwede rin po siya. Okay? So example number 1, y is equal to x to the fourth plus 12x. Okay? So our exponent is 4 multiplied by x raised to 4 minus 1. So baligyan po siya, no? So for letter A, y is equal to x to the fourth plus 12x. Okay? So y prime, our exponent is 4 multiplied by x, 4 minus 1. Plus, our exponent here is 1. So we have 1 or 12 multiplied by 1 multiplied by x, 1 minus 1. So therefore, 1 minus 1 is 0. Any number raised to 0 is 1, no? So magiging 1 na po yun. So y prime will be 4x raised to 3 plus 12 times 1. The answer is 12. So that's our answer. Next, we have letter B, no? Y is equal to x to the fourth minus 2x squared plus 2. So y prime, the same pa rin, 4x, 4 minus 1 minus 2. Our exponent is 2, x raised to 2 minus 1. Plus, derivative ng constant is 0 po siya. So, simplifying it further, y prime will be 4x cubed minus 2 times 2 is 4x raised to 1. So, this is our answer. Okay? So, that is your sum and difference of derivatives. Next, we have now the product rule. The derivative of u times v with respect to dx equal to u dv all over dx plus vd all over dx. If the two functions fu and fb are differentiable, then the product is differentiable. So, ang tawag po dito, pagdating sa multiplication, this is sometimes memorized as d u times v is equal to u dv plus v du. Okay? So, the derivative of u times v is equal to u dv plus v du. Okay? So, medyo mahaba pa po siya, no? Okay? So, we're going to solve. So, paano po nangyari? D all over dx, we have x squared plus 3 multiplied by 2x cubed plus 5 x. Okay? So we have now the multiplication. So if we're going to simplify that one, first we're going to get d, this is our u, and this is our v. Okay? So we have our u is x squared plus 3. Our v is 2x cubed plus 5x. So if we're going to get our du, our d will be 2 multiplied by x, so we have 2x. Derivative ng 3 is constant, is 0. Next, our dv, our exponent is 3. 2 multiplied by 3, x raised to 3 minus 1, plus 5 multiplied by 1, x raised to 1 minus 1, which is 0. So our dv will be 6x plus 5. Okay? Yan po siya. Next, we're going to follow our formula. U multiplied by V is equal to U dV plus V du. Okay? So, yan po yung formula po natin. So, what is our U? Ano yung U natin? X squared plus 3. What is our dV? 6x squared plus 5 plus V. This is our V. 2x cubed plus 5x. Then, what's our du? We have 2x. Okay? So, we're going to simplify using the full method. X squared, multiply nito. So, we have 6x to the fourth plus, ito at saka yun, 5x squared plus, yan, saka yan. So, we have 18x squared plus, ito at saka ito, we have 15 plus 2x cubed, 2x, so we have 4x to the fourth plus 5x by 2x, so we have 10x squared. Okay, next, collect like terms. We have 6 plus 4, we have 10x to the fourth. 5, 18, 23 plus 10, so we have 33x squared, and then what's left will be plus 15. So this is our answer. Okay. So next we have your division. Okay. So for our division, we have the quotient rule. U all over V is equal to B du all over dx minus U dV all over dx, or U all over V is equal to B du minus U dV all over V squared. So yun po yun sa divisions po natin. Okay. So try po natin, no? The derivative of dx, we have 3x squared plus 4 divided by x. Diba? Example yan, no? Okay? So, we have our division. This is our u. This is our v po daan. Okay? So, ang u natin is 3x squared plus 4. Our v is equal to x. So, if we're going to get our du will be 2 by 3. We have 6x lang po siya. Derivative ng 4 is 0. Then our dv, x raised to 1 minus 1 is 1 na siya. Okay? So, anong formula natin? Derivative of dx, we have u all over v is equal to v du minus u dv all over v squared. So, that is our formula for division. So, ano yung v natin? We have v is x pala, no? We have x. What is our du? We have 6x. Minus, what is our u? 3x squared plus 4. Then we have dv. Our dv is 1. Then all over v. Our v is x. And then squared. So, simplify it further. X by x, 6x squared minus, we have 3x squared minus 4 all over x squared. Okay? So, we have now 6x squared minus 3x squared. We have 3x squared minus 4 all over x squared. Or we have 3 minus 4 all over x squared. So this is our answer. So we have your example number 4, no? Differentiate y is equal to the cube root of x squared multiplied by 2x minus x squared. Okay? So before using the product rule, we should convert the radical to a fractional exponent. So ito, i-convert natin siya. So mangyari po doon, yung cube root of x squared, we have x raised to 2/3 multiplied by 2x minus x squared. So then take the derivative of the first function times the second, and then add on that the first function times the derivative of the second function. So we're going to use the formula for the product rule. So ang formula natin sa product rule, we have PDU plus UDV. So this one represents your U, this one represents your V. So formula, we have PDU, no? PDU. So we have 2 all over 3. Ito na yun, no? Ito yung DU. Derivative nito, we have 2 all over 3 is our exponent. Multiply by your base, raised to 2/3 minus 1, kaya naging negative 1/3. Okay? So what is our V, no? 2x squared, 2x minus x squared, plus U. Ito yung U natin, x raised to 2/3, then this is our dv. Derivative ng 2x is 2, derivative ng x squared is 2x. Okay? With some simplification, we can get the answer. Y prime will be 4 all over 3 x raised to 2/3. Pag ito, i-multiply mo siya dito. Okay? Next, minus 2 all over 3. Pag ito, i-multiply mo siya dito, x raised to 5/3. Plus, ito, i-multiply mo sa 2, 2x raised to 2/3. Ito, i-multiply mo siya doon, 2x raised to 5 all over 3. Is equal to, simplifying, 10 all over 3, x raised to 2/3, minus 8 all over 3, x raised to 5/3. Next, you have your D example number 5. Differentiate the function of x equal to 6x cubed minus x multiplied by 10 minus 2x. So again, we're going to use the product rule. Okay, this is our U, this is our V. So U natin ito yung V natin. Pag kukunin natin yung DU nito, 3 by 6, we have 18x squared. So that is our minus 1. So that is our DU. Okay? If we're going to get the derivative of 6x cubed minus x, we have 18x squared minus 1. Then this is our V, 10 minus 20x plus, okay, U, 6x cubed minus x multiplied by dv. So ito, constant ito, 0 siya. Derivative ng negative 20x is negative 20. Okay? If we're going to simplify that one, okay, mangyari po doon, we have now a total of negative 480, no? Wala po yung 6 dito, no? It's a type of graphical error. Negative 480 x raised to 3 plus 180 x squared plus 40x minus 10. So that will be your first derivative.
Sir, sa product rule po, kunyari po yung 10 po dyan, hindi na po siya ginawang 0.
Hindi na, kasi derivative ng 10 is constant, is 0 na siya. Automatic po yan.
Okay.
Bali, ano siya, no? Bali, ito po yung nangyari doon, no? F of x is equal to 6x cubed minus x multiplied by 10 minus 20x. Yun po siya. Okay? So, ito yung magiging u natin, ito yung v natin. So, ang u natin is 6x cubed minus x. Ang v natin is 10 minus 20x. Okay? So, kukunin natin yung du nito. So, we have 6, x1 it is 3, x raised to 3 minus 1, minus x raised to 1 minus 1, no? So, this one is any number raised to 0, the answer is 1. So, our du will be 18x squared minus 1. Okay? Next, ang dv natin, yung constant dito, derivative ng 10 is 0 na siya. Minus, our exponent is 1, x raised to 1 minus 1. So this one is 0 na siya, no? So any number is 0, the answer is negative, the answer is 1. So 0 na yon, or automatic we have negative 20. So ganun po yung nangyari. So using the formula, u times v is equal to u dv plus v du. So yan po yung formula natin sa differential. Okay? Okay, so we're going to continue, no? So this is our formula, u dv plus v du. So we have our u, 6x cubed minus x. Next, we have our dv. We have negative 20 plus v natin. Our v is 10 minus 20x. Then, our du is 18x squared minus 1. So, simplified further, 6 by negative 20 is negative 120 x cubed. X by negative 20 is plus 20x. Okay? Plus 10 by 18, 180 x squared. Okay? Minus 10 by 1 is 10 minus 20 by 18, 360 x cubed, 20x by 1. So we have plus 20x. Okay? So collecting like terms, we have 120 plus negative 360, we have negative 480 x cubed plus 180 x squared, 20 plus 20, so plus 40x minus 10. So that is our answer. So ganun lang po siya, no? How we're going to simplify. Mas importante, alam mo kung ano yung value ng u natin at saka yung v, no? Pagtapos, kukunin mo yung du at saka dv niya. Okay? Next, we have now the division. 4 square root of x all over x squared minus 2. So, ang gagawin po natin dito, we are going to convert again yung radical expression into fractional exponent. Square root of x is the same as x raised to 1 half. Ito siya, no? Okay? So, anong formula natin sa ano? Sa division? This our u, this our v, no? Formula natin, if we're going to get the first derivative, we have v du minus u dv all over v squared. Okay? So, 4 multiplied by 1 half. X raised to negative 1 half multiplied by x squared minus 2. So, this is our u, no? Derivative nito, okay? Yung x raised to 1 half, our base is 1 half, ito na siya. So, 4 times 1 half. X raised to negative 1 half. Okay? So, x raised to 1 half minus 1 half, then negative 1 half siya. Then, multiply by your v. Okay? So, v du, okay, this is our v, and this is our du, minus u. So, this is our u, 4x raised to 1 half, multiply by dv. So, derivative nito is 2x. Dahil yung negative 2 is 0. All over v squared. So, we have x squared minus 2 and then squared. Okay? So, simplify it further. If we're going to multiply this one dito, so we have 2x raised to 3 half minus, ito, i-multiply nyo siya dito, 4x raised to negative 1 half minus ito i-multiply mo siya, we have 8x raised to 3 halves. All over x squared minus 2 and then raised to 2. So simplified further, collecting like terms, 2 minus 8, we have negative 6x raised to 3 halves and then 4x raised to negative 1 half all over x squared minus 2 raised to 2. So that's our final answer. Okay, next. O, pareho lang ito, no? Product rule, 6 times W, so naging 6W. Raised to 6 minus 1, we have 5. So, ganun lang po siya kadali. Okay? Now, it's your turn, no? Okay? We have your 5 exercises. This is your number 1. Okay? The first one is find the first derivative of yx equal to 9x with respect to x. So these are the possible answers: 9x, x, 9x squared, 4.5, then 9. Okay? So I'm going to give you 1 minute, no? Pagisulat po yung answer natin sa chat box, either A, B, C, D, E. Ano po yung tamang sagot? Tama yung sagot mo, no? Letter E. The answer is 9, no? Kasi our exponential is 1. So 9 times 1 multiplied by x raised to 1 minus 1. So any number raised to 0 is 1. So 9 times 1, the answer is 9. Okay? Oh, congrats. Tama. Next. Sandali. Uh, yan. Okay? For another 1 minute. Y is equal to x squared. We are going to look for the first derivative. Is it A, B, C, or D? Alin sa apat yung tama? A, B, C, or D? Okay? Okay na, that's your final answer? Letter A?
Ah,
Okay na?
Apo.
Okay. So, tama yung ano, i-check natin, no? Yung sagot na 2x, no? Okay, so ano yung pagkakaiba nila? So, pag titingnan mo, tatlo yung may 2x. Letter A, letter B, letter A, letter C, letter D. So, lahat sila may 2x. So, y is equal to x squared. So, y prime should be 2 multiplied by x, 2 minus 1, or the answer is 2x. Okay? So, lahat sila may 2x, no? Yung A, C, at saka D. So, yung B, automatic mali na yan. So, bakit hindi pwede yung letter A? Okay? Dahil sabi dito, find the first derivative. So, tama na siya yung 2x. Okay? Kaso yung y dito, wala siyang y prime. Kaya, mali po yung letter A natin. Kasi na-differentiate na natin, dapat may y prime po siya dito. Para that is considered as the first derivative. Kaso wala siyang y prime, mali po yung letter A natin. Letter B, mali pa rin. Letter C, dx all over dy is equal to 2x, mali pa rin po yun. Dahil, ang tamang sagot is, it should be dy all over dx is equal to 2x. Parang ganito po siya, no, sa mga previous ano natin. Ito siya, no? Okay. So, ito po yun, no? Yung y kanina, pag kinuha mo yung first derivative niya, y prime. May prime po sa taas. Yung y kanina, pag kinuha mo yung derivative niya, dapat dy with respect to dx. So, ito po yung tamang sagot. Kaya, right answer there is letter D po. dy all over dx, that is your letter D. Okay? Next. For 3 minutes. Letter D. Okay. So, congrats. Tama po yung sagot. Okay. So, 4 by 4, we have 16. X, no? 4 minus 1, x cubed siya. Okay? Minus. Okay? So our exponent is 3 multiplied by 2/3 x raised to 3 minus 1. So 3 by 3, we're going to cancel. What's left will be 2x squared. Plus, our exponent is 2 multiplied by 3 halves. Magkakancel na yung 2. What's left will be 3x, 2 minus 1, that is x. So minus 17. Okay, the answer is letter D. Okay, tama. Next, last, for 1 minute. Okay, your answer is letter E. So 14x plus 2. So that is the correct answer. Okay, so last, 1, 2, 3. Is it A, B, or C? Okay, so we're going to check, no? Okay, so 5x cubed plus 3x squared minus 1 half x plus 9, no? So we have 5 multiplied by 3 x 3 minus 1 plus 3. Our exponent is 2 x 2 minus 1 minus 1 all over 2. Our exponent is 1 x 1 minus 1 plus 9 is constant. 0 na po siya. Okay? So 5 by 3, 15x squared. 3 by 2, 6x minus 1 all over 2. This is our answer. So pag titignan mo, that is letter C. Okay?